Whew, this is going to be a long one. Let's get into the making of my sweet little jewelry pieces to make up the Forbidden Fruits film. Starting off with Alexandra Shipp's character Fig. The most obvious of her pieces are these two rings, both silver, so I added some silver acrylic paint into the mix as a subtle base. But starting with the one that starts with an almost circular pyramid kind of vibe, I begin with a circle and using a large ball tool to thin out the edges and bring everything up into the kind of pyramid shape that I was talking about. And then a cap, this is just off like an acrylic paint container, to cut it into a perfect circle. To try and get the lines or the divots that are in the ring, I first tried with a few jump rings, placing them down and cascading them out. Placing and pressing them down while cascading them out, so they created, again, that divot effect. I didn't continue this as it wasn't really the right look that I was going for, but it was a good starting point. So I just took a very small dotting tool and poked little holes in a circle, then eventually connected those holes to make them less patchy. Then with a thread, I slid it under the piece to pull it up. I should have originally been making this on a metal surface as to avoid having to do this, but here we are. I did end up using another tool to make the top point a little pointier. It was then baking time. Once it was cooled down, I took it off of the metal plate it was on and started the paint job, which was a blackened silver acrylic paint mixed together. Basically just black and silver acrylic paint. That's it. Simple as that. To get into all the crevasses. And once that dried down, using the same silver, but not mixed with the black this time, and adding it on with a ripped up disposable sponge. To place it onto the ring itself, I'm first using E6000 to get it to actually stick, and then placing it in the middle, like middling it out, and then waiting a bit and adding resin onto the entire piece, on the clay and around the ring area, just not the actual band that goes around the ring. The other ring on her finger is the one with the rhinestones. I started off with the same kind of pre-established ring, but instead of using it as it normally would be, with the big piece at the top, I'm turning it around so the band is actually at the top and the plate is at the bottom. Then rolling out a snake of clay, that silver clay specifically that I had made, and chopping it up into a small cylinder, a few small cylinders. Using liquid clay to plan and glue each of these cylinders where I wanted them to be, and then pressing them into the liquid clay. Further, with a dotting tool to create a crater for a future rhinestone. Then it was baking time. After it was cooled, I followed up with the paint of the same black and silver as before on the entire ring. Waiting for that to dry down, then adding the E6000 into each of the holes. And then rhinestones. Obviously not actual rhinestones, but definitely some glittery bits. I pressed each of them down, and then I topped the entire thing off, once again with resin to seal it all in. Finally, it was time for the charm bracelet. Now, each of the girls, played by Lily Reinhardt, Lola Tung, and Victoria Petrocelli, I believe is her last name. I could be completely butchering that. They all wear generally the same friendship bracelets, which are what these are. I had this gold metal bracelet lying around, so I cut it down to the size of my wrist and with a few extra inches to spare. I used multiple reference photos for this. Some I used a wire to shape them, some I used paper clips, some I used literal sewing pins, and some are just simply clay that I shaped. I use various amounts of liquid clay to stick the oven baked clay onto the metal pieces, as well as adding more shape to the metal pieces to make sure that they stuck together. Once I had them all shaped and baked and cooled down, I painted them. The one I added some glitter into the mixture of paint for the heart cherry of sorts, and then added some more glitter on top of that, and then added a coat of resin onto each. And now I either twisted the metal tips of whatever I was using into a makeshift O-hook kind of, or added in a very small screw-in O-hook. The pomegranate, I also used the resin as a glue to place more rhinestones on. And for the cowgirl boot, I added puffy paint to add more dimension to the white around the heart as well. After I sealed it with resin, adding one more layer of the white paint around the heart and lines cascading out. Then a very thin layer of resin once again to seal it all in. Some I put multiple pieces of metal together, adding the liquid clay, baked it, and then continued to make sure it was as sturdy as possible. He even went as far as adding the lines on the pickle with a pencil crayon. Yes, I added the pickle in there too, even though, yikes. The stem cherry, which is a different charm than the heart cherry, was a little trickier because the shape was a very unique shape. There was a lot of bending of the pins and using tools to push them together in like weird ways. Then finally adding the liquid clay onto any pieces I connected, as well as taking away some of the previous negative space, which you'll see why in a moment. Once baked and cooled, I painted the entire stem yellow as a base coat, and then that negative space I had taken away with the liquid clay was now a leaf, which I added green to. Then with some yellow fabric paint, because it has a little bit more like substance to it, I went over all of the yellow lines that I just put down to bring it out, as well as a very thin line around the perimeter of the green leaf. When all the charms were made and painted and sealed, I brought the bracelet back and added a jump ring to all of the tops of all of them and placed them onto the bracelet. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.